Welcome to Latin for Non-Romans, or as I like to call it, Latin for Barbarians. Today we're going to discuss the indirect statement. So you may be asking, what is an indirect statement? In English, an indirect statement consists of an independent clause that uses a verb of thinking, knowing, hearing, or perceiving, and a dependent noun clause, which is usually introduced by the word that. For example, Caesar said that he had crossed the Rubicon. The formula for an indirect statement is quite simple. You need a head verb, that is a verb of speaking or thinking, a subject accusative, and an infinitive. Let's take a look at some examples. So for example, Caesar crosses the Rubicon. Caesar Rubiconem transit. Now if you wanted to make this an indirect statement, he says Caesar crosses the Rubicon. You would add a head verb, here dicit, change Caesar to your subject accusative, Caesarem, Rubiconem, and then add your infinitive, transire. Okay, let's choose another example. The girl was lovely. Puella pulchra erat. To transform this into an indirect statement is super easy. They thought the girl was lovely. Cogitaverunt puellam pulchram esse. So if you notice, what I did there was add a head verb, cogito. We transformed puella from the nominative into the subject accusative, puellam, with its modifier pulchram, and added the verb to be, esse, in the infinitive. One topic we need to discuss is the use of the infinitive in the indirect statement in the main and subordinate clauses. Think of it like a handshake between the verb of the main clause and the subordinate clause. For example, let's say that in your main clause you have a present tense verb, and for your subordinate clause you wish to show time after. You would choose the future infinitive. Now, let's say, once again, you have a present tense verb in your main clause, and you wish to express same time in your subordinate clause. For this, you would choose a present infinitive. Now let's see this in action. So for the following example, dicunt eum iuvare eam. They say that he is helping her. If you'll notice, dicunt is a present tense verb. The subordinate clause has iuvare, a present infinitive, to indicate same time. Now, if we use the same verb dicunt for the main clause, and we want to indicate time before in the subordinate clause, we would choose the perfect infinitive iuvisse. Dicunt eum iuvisse eam. They say he helped her. Finally, if you have dicunt in your main clause and you wish to indicate time after in your subordinate, you may choose the future infinitive, here iuturum esse. Dicunt eum iuturum esse eam. They say he will help her. Thank you all for joining me today for Latin for Non-Romans. I look forward to seeing everyone next time.